Nigga, please. Anyway, as it is written, we all know what different plagues of venomous animals or reptiles or whatever, with creatures we can call them, when they bite you, you swell up and die. That's if you not of the Most High. Alright, that means you on the earth wasting space anyway, you know what I'm saying? And most likely you are plotting on the children of the 12 plus tribes of I am the Most High. So that's what you get. Let Ebola surround me, so it ain't for me. It's for these whores, you know what I'm talking about? Wherever it may be, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, you know, straight up. Nigga, it ain't no honorable mention whether you in Nigeria, Australia, nigga, the Pacific Islands, Russia, I don't care. Here, Texas, I don't care. But I mean that shows us, you know, that's how the Most High talks to you, and it ain't no denial in that period. It ain't no denial when you feel the Hodo spirit in you trying to talk or break through your stupidity. But for sure, now when you can look and see which areas are being targeted, what's happening, who's being vaporized all of a sudden, all right, who's being attacked by animals. Canada, when at the Murrah, Canada, that female got attacked by a swarm of hornets and it killed her. You know, that's the stuff that us being the children of the 12 plus tribes of I am the Most High, you know, you say, if you still oblivious, I guess that's the word to use, on the state of what we going through nowadays, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, shalom, shalom. You know, if you don't have the strength and the courage, I pray all the time. Let me pass what little strength and courage that I may have that's a little extra. Let I pass it to you so you don't worry in these days and times. And I had to get everybody's attention. Well, not everybody, but I guess you could say everybody, as much as people as I can, because hey, I got work to do. My ratings are kind of low. I want to make sure my message is getting across to the people. I want to make sure there ain't no glitches in the pipeline of me and the transmission of my vids to YouTube or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it ain't, you know, make sure everything's squeaky and flowing. Shalom, shalom. I hope all my people been strong and blessed and understanding and above all this madness that we call the world, or worldly what nots or whatever going on, you know, these traps and stuff, you know what I'm saying, for my people. Shalom, shalom. Another school session here. Glad you can come. I'm glad all the other viewers, that whoever I attracted, can come. Shalom, shalom. Always I do what I do in the name of I am the Most High, our Heavenly Abba, in the name of His only begotten Son, His Lamb, whatever you call Him. I got a few names to call Him. I got two names distinctively that I call Him. But we're gonna be on a more universal. Well, we always universal regardless. All right. But I don't want to discourage anyone if I call them by the name that I've learned to call the only begotten Son, our Savior, the Lamb of I am the Most High. You know, I don't want to discourage nobody by what I've learned to call Him. Oh man, shalom, shalom. A nice day. It's warm today, which is cool. Alright people, I was interrupted and stuff from doing my thing. Here lately it's a bunch of miscellaneous interruptions and stuff. You know, when I'm trying to submit my transactions, or when I'm trying to be cool and be at ease on our beautiful creation, period. Have you noticed that? You be in the park minding your own business in your own little section, doing whatever you want to do. Always keeping I am the Most High, heavily eyeball your mind and whatever you doing, whatever you are observing. And then some idiot come your way to throw you off of your spiritual connection that you having. You know what I'm saying? And that you got to pay attention to that, because a lot of that's happening. You know what I'm talking about? But this mouse done broke down on me, and I'm trying to keep the essence going with coffee brand. What happened? It say it's still playing, but I don't. Okay, that's what happened. Yeah, like I say, keep the essence going with coffee brown. I know this because I suffer with asthma. Well, I don't suffer, I cope with it, but I have asthma. And I was eating right. I cut out dairy products. You know, that's cow products, milk, cheese. I cut all that out of my life because, you know, that would trigger my asthma. And then, you know, I noticed how I could be around gas fumes, you know, back in the early years. I could be around them for a good while, you know, and they really won't bother me. But then here lately, I got to where I was starting getting weak, and when I smelled the slightest gas fume or stuff like that, and I was like, dog, I know my lungs ain't wore out. But what it was, I guess you could say my lungs needed a boost or a steroid. And I tried to stay away from pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean? And something told me, drink some coffee. So I was like, well, of course I'm not going to put any creamer in it. And I used to drink like them Folger crystals, I'll probably say 4 years ago. We didn't have nothing else to do at the job I was at. And I noticed and we used to drink coffee because it was there for us, you know, however much we wanted. But we was putting together this store. And what spooked me out of coffee is because I was drinking, I think it was the crystal type, like the Folgers crystal type. And of course we were putting cream in and all that. And I noticed one day after I was jogging home from work, it took my breath from me. Like I've been smoking cigarettes or something. So that really shied me away from coffee. But I end up coming something by me hanging around my sister. She, you know, and when I was growing up, my dad and mom used to drink coffee. So that essence of that smell, you know, by me putting it out from working for that store, and she brought it back. And I was like, something told me, try some coffee. Try some coffee, and if this time, if it take your breath, then you through with it for good. So I was like, all right. And like I said, of course, I wasn't gonna add no creamer. And the coffee that my sister so happened to have, it was real grinded up coffee bean coffee. Kaya, however you say that, not the Robusta. So I made it like a tea. I put some of it, you know, in the coffee maker. And I poured, it was a little weak, so I took a little bit and directly dumped the granules, whatever you want to call it, into my cup, and added a little sugar, stirred it up, drunk it, and then I had to go to Walmart's that night, and it was night and it's cold, and let me tell you, in the cold weather, it got to where me being in cold weather would trigger my asthma, and I didn't know if it was inflammation or was it from congestion. But I was sure I was through with the congestion part, because I was through with cheese and milk. I've been through with that for going on 2 years now. Thank the Most High. Shalom, shalom. It's nothing. It's so many beautiful substitutes to where that's not needed. Alright, I drank that coffee. I walked to Walmart that night. It was about 12 in the morning. And I walked, And I was like, well, I know it's gonna come. I had an inhaler with me. I was like, well, I know it's gonna come sooner or later. And all you know, my wheeze never came. My shortness of breath never came. My chest congestion, the tightness of the muscles in my chest, it never came. Shalom. And I was like, well, oh man, this is it. This is like on the path to the cure to asthma. Because even my alveoli, whatever you want to call it, bronchial tubes, you could feel that they had strength. It was like a steroid. It had strength to inhale without any complications. Shalom, shalom. And I've been on. I don't try to drink too much because I heard if you drink too much, it'll give you a kidney infection. Now I'm not sure that the person that I heard that from was drinking the wrong type of sugar or drinking too much coffee with too much sugar. I don't know that. But I mean, of course, this is only a pointer. I mean, this is only a tip from the Hutto spirit that told me to put that out there, that brought it to me and showed me. So I don't want to hear no lawsuits talking about, yeah, I told you to drink this and you did this and this and that. That ain't of our people anyway. Anyway, saying that, so I say this, a disclaimer to all you pussies out there that'll try to say I'm your fault for doing something only because I say drinking a cup of coffee helped me with my asthma. All right, now back to the real rugged people. Shalom. And that was the blessing on that. I got plenty more topics for you on this vid. This is only part one, even though it might be in a couple of different sessions, because I can only go 20 minutes at a time with the current setup I'm recording with. So y'all bear with me. Shalom, shalom. Woo! And what I do when I drink so much coffee, I try to backdoor and water it down with so much water. So, it won't, none of that kidney infection, we won't have no backlash if the actual herb is that strong to where, and what I noticed, what it will do, it'll dry you out. It'll dry you out it'll dry you out when you go use the restroom, when you go relieve yourself to have a bowel movement. You'll be a little dry down there. To where it ain't as easy, to where it's drying you out. So, whatever you do, when you have your cup of coffee, try to backdoor it and water it down with some spring water now, baby. Some spring water or some type of fresh natural resource water. If it's rainwater, I want to start collecting rainwater. I'm already collecting it, but I want to start doing it more to where I have an abundance of it. And I'm going to tell you this much. Once you start collecting that fresh rainwater that the pH balance is what the Most High dropped from the earth down to you, and you got that little bit housed. Don't you know how much power that is? I'm like, man, I can give my plants the water they need, and I ain't tripping because I know it ain't no chemicals in it or nothing. I know it's right from the Most High. Do you know how much that little bit that I done stored? Don't you know the power and the abundance and the feeling of in the independence it gives you, the independent state of mind and the natural resource, and that is all good. Shalom, shalom. It's beautiful. But with that said, all my stuff was out there, and it's right in time because it's finna get cold. Shalom, shalom, coffee. And oh man, it was such an assurance when it didn't take my breath. I was like, whoa, and it actually helped me. I was like, whoa. You mean I can start back being a part of the essence that was in my household while I was coming up? I mean, man, cool. My bad, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna get right to it. Hold on. You know, I'm trying to get them first shits while it's still hot. Cause I got a few more. I got some talking to do. Shalom, shalom. Set those down. Now, what we got? Oh yeah, real quick. And this gonna squash your whole way of living, your whole way of life if you ain't on the right path. And it's real simple. The question I got here is, are you severely defiled by your exposure within this daughter of Babylon, this Western civilization, this whole Babylon that they biting from to put us under? Are you defiled by being in this for so long? Because I mean, your brainwashing, it's been given to us therapeutically to where a lot of stuff we'll have fears and certain attachments to stuff, and it's completely irrelevant. It's dead. All right, check this out. Put it like this: when we do inherit our earth and all this spittle, and everybody else is destroyed, suppose that happened right now. What would you do? All right, we still apart from each other. But we're in all four corners of his beautiful earth. What would you do if everything's through? What would you do? What would you do? Would you be like, whoa, yeah, everybody gone, I'm finna go inside and watch TV? Would you be like, oh yeah, everybody gone, this world is ours, now I'm finna try to rule over these few other dudes walking around looking like squares that I figure they ain't up on what I know? Would you say, oh man, I'm glad they gone, I'm finna go and I can finally go and get them rims I want and put them on my car and roll around happy and probably max some hoes or something? What would you do? So you gotta ask yourself that. What would you do? I'm ready to, even though I don't have a Twitter, but I'm ready to hop on Twitter and Twitter people and tell them follow me and try to get something going my own. Try to get a movement of my own going. What would you do? Oh, I'm gonna run to the store and loot the stores and all that. The spoilers ours, that'll come, buddy. I mean, that's obvious. What would you do though? What would be on your mind? You know what? Leave that in the comment section. If you would be nice enough to share that with a fellow brethren, share that with us. If you feel you can put it out there like that. If it's private to you, you can call my phone. My phone number posted up on Gmail. Yeah, or you can email me. I gotta put my email on there. If you want to keep it like that, or if you want to put it out in the open. And then they already watching us, so they trying to upgrade so they can design the perfect sellout to try to infiltrate us. You know what I'm saying? So we always got to keep that in mind too. But I don't bar it. I'm still putting it out there because I'm trying to get at my people. And love never fails. So all that other stuff is dead. Shalom. You know what? I ain't gonna tell you what I'm gonna do unless you ask. If you ask, I'll tell you. If 1 million people ask, I'll respond to 1 million people and tell them what I would do after further examination of who asked. All right, wicked covetousness. I think that's the way you pronounce that word. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but I know what it means. All right, wicked covetousness with cell phone. All right, that's another example. You got to understand when all these new technologies, new cell phones, this the latest cell phone, this coming out. If you are a solitary person and something in